Oh, here, I can tell you. So how I got my start in film. I was at University of Washington. I walked, but I owed 1 credit. But my senior year, which was my 5th senior year, the whole time I've been feeling like I just need to get out of Washington. I really thought about dropping out of college, but I didn't want that whooping that was gonna come from my mama, so I stayed. I loved my university, but I felt like there was a calling or something telling me I was supposed to be doing something bigger. So I packed 2 duffel bags. I had a frat conference in Vegas, flew to Vegas on a one-way ticket. That's all I could afford. Got there. I knew a couple of the bros from winning the international oratorical competition, and then decided to drive over. They were like, "Hey, we're going to LA. We're going back. Why don't you come out, just check it out?" I had an internship. So Nate Miles, one of my fraternity brothers, knew Jeff Klanigan and Cole Black. They all went to college together, pledged together. Jeff played football. So I had an interview. It was supposed to be over the phone, but I'm terrible on the phone. Like, I had no rap game with women on the phone, and I definitely knew I'd be terrible on interviews. So I showed up in person at the office, like 30 minutes for the interview. They're like, "Oh, it's supposed to be on the phone." I was like, "Yo, I'm better in person." Sat down, had a conversation with them, got an email back or a call back the next day, and they offered me an internship. So I worked for 3 months free, and I never went back home. So my mom didn't really know I left, and people just thought I was like in California having a good time, but I was really interning. I didn't date, I didn't talk to nobody, nothing. Didn't get no girls' phone numbers, and I was in LA in 2006. Nothing. I was like, I'm not hollering at nothing, not doing nothing until I get a check. So 3 months go by. Since I owed the class, I was able to game the system a little bit, but I had a counselor named Millie Russell, and she let me do an extended study course. So I was able to take $2,000 out in stipend money from school. That floated my cash. And around Mother's Day, when I was working at Cole Black, they used to do screeners. So on the DVD screeners, you would just write the name of it. And I was like, oh, I know how to do this better. So I was the super bootleg dude for Code Black. Like, I had the DVDs printed. I was like Master P out the back of a trunk. The key art in the Slim Jewel cases. So it was like the pre-key art for like the Kevin Hart box sets and Jamie Foxx. So I would print it all out, make it nice. So we had a big order while I was out of town. I went to Seattle for a couple days, and nobody knew how to do it, how I did it. So Angela Northern did call me, and they offered me a part-time job, $17 an hour. And that's kind of how I got in, you know, working at Code Black. And I remember the first 2 weeks working there, Jeff didn't talk to me at all. I thought he didn't like me. And we had like a small office, and there was a glass door for the conference room. So my office, my desk was right here, and then the executive assistant was right here. He would walk past me every day and not say nothing. The first day I got there though, he said hi, shook my hand. I was all like, you know, dapped him, what up, frat? You know, all that. He was just like, hey man, you sit right here. And that was it. 2 weeks went by. I'm like, yo, this dude don't like me. How do I show him? And I knew nothing about like marketing or any of the terminology. So shout out to Kat Carrito and Kamika Freeman, Quincy Newell, because like they allowed me to sit in on some of their team meetings. And I was just looking up terms. This is before Google, right? So I know Google was around, but I was in the dictionary reading stuff for context and just kind of learning as I went. And then I remember at the end of the 2 weeks, Jeff gave me a book, and he was like, I'm thinking of optioning this book. I need you to read it and tell me what you think. I was like, a book report, pretty much. So he gave it to me on a Tuesday. I was reading it, mind you, I had no car. I was on the bus. I was reading it nonstop. And I gave him the report on his desk on a Thursday. This dude didn't read the thing till the next week, till like a Tuesday. But I remember they were in a conference room, and I looked over, and I was always vying to get in. I was like, I just want a seat at the table. Let me in. I got ideas, you know, young and hungry. They read the report. I seen Angela and people look over at me, look back at him, and then he walked out and was like, good job. And I had worked with Code Black up until 2009. And they would send me out to go like scout comedians and look at people up and coming for the Shack All-Star Comedy and marketing. But I really just was trial by fire. So the lesson in that is, you know, when you want to be in the industry, film directing or audio engineering or whatever, I think the best experience you could do is just say, you know what, I know where I want to go, but until I get there, learn every other aspect to it. And my thing was like, I don't want to get screwed. So I was like reading everything off the copier and faxes and all that. So learn everything that's going on around you that is going to be a part of where you want to be. And I think that ties into being on set, because you know how to get the right people that have care and concern and love what they're doing. And at the same time, I think there's a respect that comes with everybody's jobs. You know what I mean? You're gonna respect what they've done because I've held the boom, I've camera opped, I've produced, I've done that. And so it makes you have a better appreciation for quality people. And that's the art of storytelling. One long ass explanation that we're gonna cut down into something else. But stay tuned, there'll be more. How's that? Cool?